really disturbing footage of Bieber, Odell Beckham, and Trey Songz.
Yes.
Like, and Trey's like literally sitting there playing Lookout.
Playing Lookout as Justin Bieber goes down on Odell.
The boy came up with his mouth wet.
Say that out loud. My bad. I got you sitting with the brother of the man that Suge Knight rolled over and... I know what you're doing. I know where you've been. And I know where I'm about to send you. He thinks he's God. He ain't doing shit. I raped the f*** out of that bitch, put the boots to her last time I seen her. Her and her trainer, boyfriend, husband. I don't get no...
So you hear about stories of Diddy like shooting people, blowing up cars.
Yeah.
Is he the...
Things are about to get spicy. Jaguar Wright is dropping some serious truth bombs, and this time it's about Diddy allegedly throwing his weight around to push Justin Bieber into the limelight. Yeah, you heard that right. Wright's got the receipts, and she's not holding back. It's like peeking behind the curtain of the music industry, and let me tell you, it's a wild ride. So grab your popcorn, because this expose is about to blow your mind.
He was masturbating, talking about dude Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard lots of business. Because what they would do is Sean talks another.
When Jaguar Wright steps up to the mic, you know someone's about to feel the heat. She's not one to sugarcoat, and this time, she's dishing out all the juicy details about Justin Bieber and his alleged escapades. And guess who else is caught in the crossfire? Yep, you guessed it. Diddy's in the mix too. So hold on to your seats, folks, because this expose is gearing up to be one wild ride. Once hailed as America's sweetheart, Justin Bieber's journey from child star to teenage sensation seemed like a dream come true. But behind the scenes, it was a whole different story, and it seems like Jaguar Wright had a ringside view to all the chaos that unfolded during Bieber's formative years in the industry.
Where I was sipping lean, I was popping pills, I was doing Molly, shrooms, everything. And it was just an escape for me. I was just young.
Justin Bieber's rise to fame was meteoric, catapulting into the spotlight at just 12 years old under the wing of Scooter Braun. From there, he quickly gained traction, going viral for his covers of artists like Usher and Chris Brown. Suddenly, he found himself rubbing shoulders with industry giants, gracing stages and award shows alongside his idols. It was like he had the world at his feet, no doubt about it. But as they say, there's always more to the story than meets the eye. Among the initial batch of celebrities crossing paths with Justin Bieber during his rise to fame, Diddy stood out as a notable figure. It wasn't exactly surprising considering Diddy's mentorship of Usher, who in turn was guiding Bieber's career. It was a natural progression that Bieber would encounter Diddy along the way. Reflecting on the connections, when Usher was Bieber's age, Diddy played a similar mentoring role for him. However, Usher was well aware that Diddy's mentorship came with its fair share of challenges, far from being a walk in the park.
Curious, I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle,
right?
And I saw it, and it was. But I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand.
So, what was the reasoning behind Usher introducing Justin to Puff, even allowing him 48 hours of unsupervised time with the rap mogul and business titan who's been no stranger to controversies and speculations? If you're curious about what Usher was privy to, it traces back to the Puffy Flavor camp.
That I am today without the experiences that I had in New York City. One, just being in a new place where I would have to adjust, right? I didn't have the comfort of home. I'm in New York City and they was, done and sunning me to death, bro. And I was like, shout it, I don't know what you talking about,
He further added in interview.
Being an artist, that man helped me understand life. He helped me understand what it was to be an artist. He helped me understand what it was to be passionate about something. He helped me understand culture. He helped me understand business at a different level, because I'm seeing him go from his independence to then becoming Puff Daddy.
Diddy's mentorship proved invaluable for Usher in his early days as a budding singer. It afforded him the chance to mingle with rap legends long before he carved out his own path to stardom. In a recent interview with Vulture, the R&B veteran reminisced about his encounters with icons like Tupac, the Notorious Big, and Ice Cube during his early days in the late 90s. While these experiences undoubtedly shaped his career, they may have come at a steep cost. Usher found himself living with Diddy as a barely teenager, which translated to rubbing elbows with hip-hop stars at parties from a young age.
I got a front row seat looking at that. Thank God that I had that experience, you know what I'm saying?
And then you...
And by the way, at New York's hottest moment, you know what I'm saying? This is Terror Squad and Fat Joe. I'm like, how do I know all this stuff?
In the interview, he delved deeper into his experiences.
Easiest experiences ever. I happened to be on stage performing with Biggie, and this is back when he had a song called Party and Bull Dung. Cow Dong. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, this is crazy. But I was able to take all of that and then begin to understand, oh, okay, I get it. I see what the world is, but now I want to do this my way.
During the Howard Stern interview, Usher lightly touched on his exposure to the lifestyle, skirting around specific details. He suggested the lavishness of these events, indicating hesitance about fully embracing and partaking in them. While Usher appears to be guarding the truth, it's evident that something significant transpired. When Howard broached the topic of whether he'd consider sending his own kids to the Puffy Flavor Camp, Usher's response was a resounding, hell no. "You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to a Puffy camp?" Stern asked him. "Hell no," Usher replied. "While we can't verify the exact details, as only Usher, Diddy, and Diddy's inner circle know the truth, what's clear is that whatever occurred was significant enough for Usher's mom to be adamant about keeping her son away from Diddy back in the day. Allegedly, she even attempted to retaliate against Diddy upon discovering a disturbingly close relationship between him and Usher. Firstly, let's address the whole mentoring scenario dubbed the Puffy Flavor Camp, which, let's face it, sounds downright peculiar. But what exactly did that entail? And how could anyone consider sending a kid to live with someone with Diddy's reputation? I mean, this was the 90s, but even then there were whispers about Diddy's rumored involvement in certain matters. And while there were no official reports of him expressing interest in young men at that time, rumors were indeed circulating. Moreover, Diddy was already gaining notoriety for his extravagant lifestyle, legendary house parties, rumored orgies, and an overall reputation as a wild child. So, how on earth did anyone consider it a good idea to have a child living under his roof? That's definitely not the kind of environment a kid should ever find themselves in. Yet, not only was Usher in that situation, he was living it. It's also noteworthy how Usher avoids discussing his time living with Diddy, allegedly because he's low-key traumatized by what he witnessed and was purportedly compelled to do during his stay. Howard Stern managed to pry Usher into opening up about his experiences living with Diddy, and what Usher revealed was enough to set off alarm bells in our minds. Describing it as pretty wild, Usher said he witnessed curious things and emphasized that this was the 90s. "Do you understand what that's like? I went there to see the lifestyle," he continued, "and I saw it. But I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild. It was crazy. There were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it." Usher then recalled that there were famous artists like Biggie Smalls, Lil' Kim, Craig Mack, Faith Evans, and Mary J. Blige that were also hanging around at the time. When asked if he was staying up until 4 a.m. partying with Diddy and his entourage, the Yeah performer said he could, and actually stayed up longer than them. Usher has claimed in previous interviews that Reed sent him to Diddy's home in Scarsdale, New York, dubbing the experience Flavor Camp. In a 2004 interview with Rolling Stone, Usher recalled how Diddy introduced him to a totally different set of sex, specifically. "Sex is so hot in the industry, man," he continued, claiming there was always girls around. You'd open a door and see somebody doing it, or several people in a room having an orgy. You never knew what was going to happen. And before anyone starts questioning why his parents didn't extricate him from that situation or seek justice for their son, Usher revealed that his parents had no idea what was happening because Diddy coerced him into concealing the truth from them.
And your parents were
Mary
okay?
J. Blige, they didn't know nothing about this.
Oh.
I was having a good time.
Did you catch that viral video where Diddy hinted that he and Usher used to share a bed?
That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, damn, pause, but like, check this out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flake.
Over the time he said this.
Nobody else should take that time, boy. I see you, fly ass fucking doing that. You were in the kitchen eating all my cereal.
About this situation, one person wrote, Usher's face looked uncomfortable as hell when he said, "We used to wake up." Usher was looking like, "Man, be quiet." Another person added, he tries to clean up "we used to wake up together" with "we used to wrestle over frosted flakes." P. Diddy. LMAO. Who says that shit even if he was really your brother? He gay. So it's becoming increasingly evident that Diddy's mentorship wasn't solely focused on honing musical skills or mastering the music industry. He was allegedly involved in some shady dealings, as the rumors suggest. Despite whatever may have transpired during Usher's time under Diddy's wing, Usher still saw fit to introduce Justin Bieber to Diddy. And it appears that Bieber might have encountered even rougher waters while in Diddy's orbit. Justin Bieber skyrocketed to fame as the first global sensation to emerge from YouTube, transitioning from a mere internet star to a pop icon. However, his meteoric rise also meant diving headfirst into the industry at a tender age, rendering him incredibly susceptible to the influence of older figures in the business. During a segment titled 48 Hours with Diddy, young Justin was slated to spend 2 days with the mogul, experiencing some cool activities and simply having fun. However, when clips from the 48-hour stint emerged, there were several questionable moments that left people wondering about Diddy's activities while hanging out with an artist who was more than 3 decades his junior. Right off the bat, Diddy made a bold promise to gift Justin, who was essentially a stranger to him at the time, with no ordinary gift, a Ferrari for his 16th birthday. And just when you thought that was generous enough, Diddy dropped another bombshell, vowing to gift Justin a mansion for his 18th birthday. We all know that turning 16 and 18 are significant milestones in anyone's life, and it almost felt like Diddy was gearing Justin up for a life of extravagance if they remained in contact. And before you accuse us of reaching, the video only got more alarming from there.
48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy, they're having the times of their lives, like where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose.
What could a grown man in his 40s possibly have to do with a barely teenage boy that needed to be kept under wraps? It's even more unsettling when you recall the video of Diddy and Justin Bieber promoting Diddy's album back in the early 2010s. This was well after the 48 Hours with Diddy segment, and Justin certainly seemed uneasy about being around Diddy. What caught the attention of many back then was the awkwardness of the entire interaction, with Justin stuttering at the beginning of the video and the uncomfortable arm around the shoulder. As one fan pointed out, the way Diddy looks at Justin the whole time looks like a lion looking at a meal. We're not confirming anything about what exactly transpired, but Justin Bieber hasn't fully disclosed everything that occurred during his time with Diddy and Usher. And let's be honest, the silence sort of speaks for itself when the rumors reach a certain volume. After all, Diddy himself confirmed that things were already awkward in their friendship when he pointed out to Justin that he had been distant. "You haven't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out?" Now, Mr. Diddy, but why exactly would you want to be hanging out with someone over 2 decades younger? Well, according to Gene Deal, one of the most popular tell-alls, and Diddy's ex-bodyguard, he claims to know why.
15 and 16-year-olds ain't sneaking in the Diddy party. So, Lil Rod, if he having conversations with him, he may say, "Yo, how old are you?" or something like that. Somebody say, "I'm like 16, I'm 15. Somebody had to tell him their age for him to know. Who you came here with? I came here with Justin.
To be honest, We've witnessed Diddy publicly date women who were notably young, but none as young as Gene Deal mentioned. Or perhaps that's just another skeleton lurking in his closet. After all, Cassie's legal battles seem to shed light on more than a few of them. He did, after all, start dating the singer-actress when she was just 19 years old. Remember Cassie Ventura? She was one of Diddy's most iconic girlfriends, creating quite a buzz on tabloids and red carpets. However, according to Cassie, behind the scenes, it was more like a horror movie. After years in silence and darkness, I am finally ready to tell my story and to speak up on behalf of myself and for the benefit of other women who face violence and abuse in their relationships. Her legal team cites the law, which expires next week, in her filing, and Ventura noted its upcoming deadline in her statement. With the expiration of New York's Adult Survivors Act fast approaching, it became clear that this was an opportunity to speak up about the trauma I have experienced and that I will be recovering from for the rest of my life, she said. And what she revealed was shocking, to say the least. According to Cassie's court documents, Diddy was allegedly into something called freak-offs, which were just as deranged as they sound. He allegedly hired a man and brought him to his home in Los Angeles to engage in the sex acts with Cassie. Mr. Combs directed Miss Ventura to perform sexual acts with this man while Mr. Combs watched them, the lawsuit states. He masturbated while he directed Miss Ventura and the man to do specific sexual acts. The entire encounter lasted multiple days. The lawsuit alleges Cassie claimed the freak-offs would often take place in hotel suites, including the Trump International Hotel in Columbus Circle, L'Hermitage Beverly Hills, the London Hotel in Los Angeles, and intercontinental hotels across the country. His assistants would allegedly help set up the freak-offs by providing baby oil and lubricant. The lawsuit states, Mr. Combs always supplied Miss Ventura, and the sex worker, with copious amounts of drugs before and during the FOs. Miss Ventura was given ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and alcohol in excessive amounts during FOs, which allowed her to disassociate during these horrific encounters. Diddy also purportedly coerced Cassie into using NSFW terms while seeking participants. According to another former insider in Diddy's camp, Gene Deal, these preferences were less about voyeurism for Diddy and more about active participation.
Anything in that lawsuit, you gotta realize that we only got a portion of it because it's been chopped up. Things has been taken out. So somebody wouldn't look a certain way. Now, they left some of the things in there. But I'm sure plenty of times Cassie may have seen some stuff that she ain't really want to look at. But it was freak-off day.
Now Jaguar Wright has also spoken out about Diddy's penchant for extremes in all aspects of his life. During a conversation with YouTuber Storm Monroe, Jaguar alleged that Diddy may have introduced Justin Bieber to his lifestyle as well. So, just like Cassie, Justin was seemingly trying to distance himself from Diddy, but Diddy wasn't ready to let him go so easily, even though Justin appeared visibly uncomfortable. Then there's also this video of Justin seemingly interacting with Odell Beckham Jr. at one of Diddy's parties. When the camera pans to Justin, he's seen wiping his face. Some fans speculate that he was wiping his nose after partaking in certain substances, while others, like Jaguar and Storm, believe he was wiping his mouth. Well, you can draw your own conclusions from that.
Really disturbing footage of Bieber, Odell Beckham, and Trey Songz.
Yes.
Like, and Trey's like literally sitting there playing Lookout.
Playing Lookout as Justin Bieber goes down on Odell.
The boy came up with his mouth wet.
That's beyond disturbing, to say the least. And the fact that this isn't the first time we've heard about Diddy allegedly exploiting young talents under his wing just makes it all the more unsettling. Back in 2020, Jaguar posted a video on Instagram detailing how Diddy allegedly coerced one of his 1990s artists, R&B singer Christopher Williams, into performing a S act on him. According to Jaguar, she received this information from an unnamed entertainment lawyer who used to work for Diddy. In the video, Jaguar also claimed that the unnamed female attorney walked in on Diddy and Christopher, with Christopher appearing to be performing the act on his boss.
But this young woman walked in to get approval on some paperwork. See? And when she walked in, the door wasn't locked, so she didn't think twice about just walking in. And when she walked in, she saw Christopher Williams perform a show on Puff.
Jaguar then continued to allege that Diddy demanded this act in exchange for a demo deal. She claimed that the main motivation behind Diddy's actions was the belief that making a straight man perform certain acts on him was the ultimate demonstration of power.
He said, I'll do whatever the fuck I want to do in my building. And I just don't know. He was like, it's power, see? I can make a man, he said, if I can make a man suck my, I can make people do anything for money.
Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, commented on and appeared to validate Jaguar's accusation on his YouTube channel. Deal stated that Diddy was allegedly often fluid and even took him as security when he visited a gay club. He also hinted that he had personally witnessed Diddy engage in homosexual acts. Unlike Jaguar, whose reports came from an unnamed lawyer, Gene claimed to have seen it happen with his own eyes.
Watch the door, don't let nobody come through here. And I said I watched the door. If I watched the door and him and a man ran out naked, and I said that, ain't nobody told me that. I saw that myself. I'm telling you what I saw myself.
If you're new to the world of Diddy's alleged actions, you might not be aware that this isn't the first or even the 10th time that people, particularly those in the same industry and not just conspiracy theorists, have claimed that the rap icon is bisexual. In fact, 50 Cent, Diddy's main opposition and the first to speak on these rumors, has been vocal about it. And it doesn't stop there. Gene Deal, Jaguar Wright, and other entertainment industry insiders have also claimed at different times that Diddy might be living a double life. With all the intricate details revealed by these sources, it's becoming increasingly difficult to discern what is fact and what is fiction, as the line between them is starting to blur. Comedian Cat Williams recently stated that Diddy allegedly offered him an astounding $50 million for a one-night stand.
Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times, just to protect my integrity.
And it feels like the list of male celebrities associated with Diddy and his alleged activities just keeps growing with each new revelation from Jaguar Wright or each lawsuit hitting the headlines. Is Diddy truly capable of the things he's been accused of? Or do you think these reports have been exaggerated? And why didn't Usher shield Justin from that lifestyle? There's just so much to unpack here. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.